Sydney again. We just realised it's pretty much a year to the day that we were in Sydney, and we're currently on our way to the Blue Mountains. And we realised that this time last year, the day before we're here, we were in the Blue Mountains, but the weather is very different. When we were here last year, it was pretty sunny, pretty warm. We actually went swimming and found some cool rock pools and waterfalls and things like that, whereas today it's very, very rainy and cloudy. We think it's because there's about to be a big cyclone hit the Gold Coast, and so I think we're getting some of that weather down in Sydney. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's very different to Perth. When we left Perth yesterday, it was 40 degrees and arrived in Sydney and it was about 24 degrees I think last night. Very humid. But we've got a little hire car. It's a little Mazda 3 and we're just driving to the Blue Mountains. The plan was that we were basically supposed to be coming to Sydney for my birthday, because my birthday is on Sunday, and we had a Kygo concert booked because, if you know me, Kygo is one of my favourite artists, and unfortunately about 2 weeks ago he cancelled his tour of Australia, which I'm very, very sad about, because he hasn't given any sort of explanation or anything about it, hasn't even acknowledged it anywhere, and that's a bit frustrating because he'd obviously spent quite a bit of money on our flights over here, our Airbnb, and obviously the tickets. Now, we are very lucky in that they have refunded us the tickets. However, the flights that we thought were refundable weren't refundable, so we've ended up coming to Sydney anyway, but I'm sure we're still going to have a really, really great time. It's just a bit of a shame about the weather because I think it is literally going to rain all weekend. We've brought our waterproofs and it'll be the first time we've used them probably since like this time last year, because over in Perth we've just not really had much rain. But yeah, very excited, and I'm gonna show you what we get up to, and yeah, spend the next few days with me exploring Sydney. And I think we're basically going to go to a few of the places that we loved last time we were here, and then try and go to a few new places that we've not been to yet, and obviously a bit of climbing, a bit of Pilates, all that jazz. Okay, it's already raining. I think we've got the English weather. I'm in full on waterproofs, which I've not worn in a very long time, but we're going to do a walk called the Grand Canyon Blue Mountains walk. I think it's about 2 hours. I think we're going to have very wet feet by the end because I've only got, like, I'll try to show you. I've just got normal trail shoes. I don't have any hiking boots with me. Myron's in his shorts. That's very optimistic. Oh well, it's supposed to be very pretty, so let's get going. Evans Lookout looking beautiful. Can see for miles at the moment, as you can tell. Good day to do this walk. Pretty steep. We're gonna have to come back up all these steps on the way back, which is gonna be fun. Definitely gonna be a bit of a leg workout, but at least it's not too windy. I'm not a fan of when it's super windy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
This is so pretty. There's something about it raining and being in a rainforest. It's just very, very nice. Lots and lots of steps though, and trying not to fall over. And there's a waterfall. It's just so different to Perth. Like, yeah, it's nice to be around the trees and everything again. Like, look at this. So pretty. This place is genuinely incredible. It's so beautiful. It literally feels like a fairy glen or a fairy valley or something. Like there's even a waterfall. Honestly, it's just amazing. It feels like I'm in Avatar or something. So pretty. I'm loving all the water, and it stopped raining as well. Yay! I think we're on the home straight now. We've got some more steps to go up, and then hopefully heading back to the car. Don't know if you can hear me because the water noise is pretty loud, but this has been incredible. If you are in Sydney, you should definitely come out here. It's not even that far, it's like a 2-hour drive, and I reckon there's probably a train or a bus or something you could get as well. And it's just the most beautiful walk ever, and it literally feels like you're in a fairy glen or something. But yeah, anyway, heading back to the car now. Very excited for my ham and tomato sandwiches that are in there, and we've got some cookies as well. This is what we are working with. Can you see the steps? All the way up and beyond. Made it back to the car, and we've got our ham and tomato sandwiches. And then the plan is to, I think, drive home. It's about a 2-hour drive. Depending on traffic, it is Friday, so we're hoping that we'll be going the opposite way to all the commuter traffic. And then I think we're gonna go look for some pizza. But it's already like 4:30, which is mad because we're literally having lunch. But I guess that's because we're still on Perth time, which is 3 hours behind. So going to be a late dinner, I think, when we get back. Everybody, it's currently Saturday and just chilling in our little room in our Airbnb. I will give you a tour around in a minute. It's just a little bit messy, so I need to tidy it up first before I show you around. But we don't really have too many plans today. There's a market down on the waterfront that I'd like to go to, so I think we're going to head there first. And then once we've been there, I think the plan is to wander around Sydney a little bit, go around the city, go see some bits that we enjoyed last time. And it's not particularly good weather at the moment. It's sort of quite grey and cloudy. So if it picks up, then maybe we'll go to the beach this afternoon. But otherwise, I think we're probably just going to go try out a climbing gym that's nearby because we brought our shoes with us. We literally had hand luggage only, and we only had 7 kilos, and we managed to squeeze in quite a lot of stuff. Although I am realising that I've forgotten quite a few things, like I need my hair stuff, but I didn't bring that because it was over 100 mils and I can only have 100 mils of liquid, as you know, when you only have hand luggage. But we had the best day yesterday. It was so lovely. As you saw, we went to the Blue Mountains and we did the Grand Canyon walk, and it was just incredible, like so beautiful. It literally felt like something out of a film or out of another world, and just, yeah, so pretty. And do you know what, it was really nice to be walking in the rain again, because I've got so used to it just being so hot and sunny all the time. It was really nice to do something different. So yeah, we got a little bit wet, but nothing too bad. Like my feet didn't get wet or anything. And I realised it's my first time ever wearing those waterproof trousers. I bought them in the UK like a couple of years ago, and the plan was to wear them when we went to Wales on holiday, and I didn't end up wearing them because we had good weather in Wales for some reason, because usually it's supposed to rain the whole time. But anyway, wore them yesterday and they were fab. And I was also wearing my new trail shoes, which I've not actually done much walking in yet. I've only ever run in them, and again, they were really good. So worked out pretty well. And then on the way back, we didn't realise that it was going to take us a while because of rush hour. We'd not sort of considered that in, so we actually ended up driving straight to Bondi, and we got pizza and sat at the beach, and it was just really lovely. I did want to go for a swim, but it was a bit chilly and it was getting dark, and I was like, I've watched way too much Bondi Rescue recently. I don't want to be going in when it's dark, when there's no lifeguards, and for something to happen. So yeah, we might go back another day if we get a chance, but yeah, just enjoying chilling. And also, I didn't tell you, we realised that the hire car that we've got must be pretty much brand new, because when we picked it up, it's only got 900 kilometres on it, and that's like just one tank of fuel. So we're driving pretty much a brand new car, which is very exciting. Although I'm so used to driving our van, which has got like manual gears and is quite old, doesn't have all the snazzy stuff, and this has a heads-up display. It has those things where if you go out of the lanes, it like vibrates the steering wheel and tries to steer you back in. So that was driving to the wall yesterday, because I kept having to remember to indicate every single time I wanted to change lanes, even if there was nobody around, because otherwise it like veered me back in. And I did actually find the heads-up display a bit distracting as well, so I'm not sure if I got a car in the future that I would want that. But otherwise, really chilled, really easy to drive, and I totally get why people have automatics in the city, because it's just so much easier. Like, you don't have to think about changing gears, you don't have to worry about your clutch control, like you literally just go and stop. So yeah, but I do still think I prefer our little van, even if he is a little bit more awkward to drive around the city. But also, I'd forgotten just how different Sydney is to Perth. Like, there's just loads of little old houses, all the trees. It is really, really beautiful. Anyway, we are probably gonna get going soon, head over to the market. I think we're either getting the bus or the train over there, because we don't want to park, because it'll probably be really expensive and really busy because it's a Saturday. And then just sort of see where the day takes us, to be honest. That's kind of the nice thing about not really having many plans. The only plan that we did have, like I said yesterday, was we were supposed to be going to a Kygo concert, which was actually our main reason for coming to Sydney, but he cancelled that, and he only just acknowledged it on social media yesterday and literally put something up being like, sorry that I can't do the Australian tour, guys, we'll make it up to you at some point. And it's like, okay, cool. Would have been nice to have like some sort of explanation, because like Australia is such a huge country that most people do not live in Sydney and Melbourne, and so lots of people were flying there for these concerts. And so it's not just the concert tickets that people have lost money on, it's like the flights, the accommodation, everything. So it is a bit crappy really, for him to just cancel and not give any sort of explanation or anything. And it's a shame, because he was pretty much my favourite artist. My favourite artist was Avicii, but obviously Avicii's not here anymore, unfortunately, and so I'm never going to get to see him in concert. So I was so excited to see Kygo, and then to find out that he's cancelled, like, it has kind of made him go down a bit in like my books, because at least give your fans an explanation. Don't just ignore it and rely on the ticket people sending out this snotty email basically saying it's been cancelled, we'll refund your money within 30 days. And again, 30 days is a bit crap as well. Like, that's quite a long time to wait for your money to come back, particularly if you want to do something else with it in the meantime. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling about that. I'll give you a quick tour of our room, and then we'll get on with the day. Alright, so here's our little room. It's very nice. We've got a wardrobe in there with lots of storage. We've got the beds. And then we have a really nice view, like a huge balcony with a nice view outside. We do have a desk in the corner as well, but that's very messy at the moment. But yeah, got lots of storage space all in here, so that's pretty good. And we also have a bathroom just around the corner, and it is a shared Airbnb, so it's a little flat that's shared, but the other people are in the living room at the moment, so I won't show you that. But there's also a gym and a swimming pool, so we're gonna go and try those out later, I think, which I'm quite excited about. But yeah, it's very, very cute. Really good little find, and it has a parking space as well, which is quite rare in Sydney, so very happy with that one. Just been to the Rocks Market and we're now heading round to the Botanic Gardens, just going to have a little snack. You can see the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. I love it here. Been climbing, and I'm going to apologise in advance because I'm going to have a little bit of a rant here, but I just want to know if any of my other short climbing girls feel the same, because every time that I've been climbing recently I just keep getting really frustrated and really upset because I feel like I've sort of got to a level where height plays a big part of whether you can do the climbs or not. And I'd say it's sort of around, I want to say like around V4, V5. And to start with, I thought it was because I wasn't strong enough. So I really worked on my pull-ups and everything, and I've got so much stronger. But pretty much every single session, there is at least one climb that I physically cannot do because I am not tall enough to reach something, or I'm too short and it means that I can't get in a certain body position, or I'm too short that I actually cannot get on the start holds without somebody boosting me. And I just wonder whether anyone else is feeling the same, because it frustrates me because it just feels like I am not progressing because I am not able to try the harder climbs because I cannot physically do them, because I cannot physically reach. But yeah, I was just wondering, is anyone else feeling the same? Is anyone else in the same boat? If you are, if you have been in the same boat, what did you do to get out of it? Because literally it's sort of getting to the point where I'm not enjoying climbing anymore, and it's making me not want to go because I just end my sessions feeling crap basically. And that's a shame because I really do enjoy climbing most of the time. However, it's starting to become more and more prevalent that this is happening. So yeah, just feeling a bit down really, because it's like, it's really hard because I sort of see people around me and they just make it look really easy. And I know that you shouldn't judge it based off how other people are climbing, etc, etc, but it's like, I can read the route, I know how to do it, and half the time I have to do the routes differently anyway, because to even what the route setters have sort of assumed that you're going to do, because I cannot reach certain holds. But yeah, I think I'm just a bit upset because it's like I've come to a gym today and it's actually got V gradings, which I've not been at a gym with V gradings for ages. And when I used to climb regularly back in the UK over a year ago, I'd say I was at a V4. I could consistently climb, I'd say V4s, and I was just starting to do V5s. And I personally thought that I had progressed a lot whilst I've been out in Australia. And I've come to a gym this evening that's got V gradings and I can't even climb the vast majority of the V4s in here. And it's just made me feel, like I said, just a bit rubbish and a bit like, what's the point? And I know my boyfriend's just said, like, you shouldn't judge yourself based on that. You should judge based on sort of whether you're having fun and whether it feels easier, but I don't know. It's like, what's the point in having gradings if they're subjective? Because he was saying that every gym is different, and I know that that's true because everyone has different route setters, etc, etc, and the climbing outside, if you were going to do it outside, is much harder, and I'd probably only be able to do like a 0 outside, not like a 4 or a 5. But at the same time, it's just frustrating because it's like, what's the point in having benchmarks where you can measure your progress? Because in climbing, how else do you measure your progress unless you sort of measure it against the V grades? Like, how do you measure your progress against different V grades if they're all different in different gyms, and if sort of size comes into it, which it clearly does, because the vast majority of people that I see in the gym climbing harder climbs are significantly taller than me or are male. I don't know. Anyway, gonna stop ranting now because I feel like I'm going around in circles. But yeah, if anyone else is in the same boat as me, if you're a climber, if you're a girl, if you're, how tall am I? 5'3", so pretty short, and are at like a sort of V4, V5 level, let me know if you're in the same boat, or if you're not in the same boat, what do you do to overcome that? Because I could do some advice right now, because it's sort of getting to the point where, like I said, I'm not enjoying it anymore, and I'm almost wondering whether I just stop for a while and leave it, because I'm getting more frustrated. I'm getting more frustration than enjoyment out of it at the moment, and that's not fun. Like, you don't want to go work out when you think you're gonna have a good time and then just come away in a worse mood than when you arrived. So there we go. Anyway, I think we're gonna head home now, and we've just been lazy and picked up some ready meals for dinner, just because the Airbnb we're staying in, it's shared with the owner, so the owner still lives in there. It's like a little flat, and the kitchen's really tiny, so I don't really want to sort of be cooking up loads of stuff, and also we're only here for a few days, so I don't want to have to buy loads of stuff either. And then probably gonna watch some Amazon Prime. Got a few shows to catch up on, and then have an early night because it's gonna be my birthday tomorrow, which is exciting. And I think Myron's got a few fun things planned, so looking forward to that. It should be a good day. And that's the other thing, because of the time difference between Perth and here, we've got used to, like, in Perth I get up early, I get up at like 5 a.m, but here in Sydney it's 3 hours ahead, so we keep waking up at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, which seems really, really late over here, but actually at home in Perth it's like 5, 6, 7 in the morning. So yeah, I think no matter how early we go to bed, we're still going to wake up late in the morning. And I kind of don't want to swap that either, because when it comes to going back to Perth on Monday, I don't want to have like messed up my body clock too much. So trying not to like switch things up too much. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to go. Probably won't talk to you again this evening. I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow when it'll be my birthday. Oh my gosh, look at those. Good morning everybody, it's Sunday and that means it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Myron very kindly got me some birthday cake this morning, which was super cute, and we're just on our way down to Cronulla at the moment because we want to go to this little brunch spot down there, so fingers crossed we can get a table because it is walk-ins only. And then after that, hopefully we're gonna go to the beach, go for a little hike, like in the nature around there. There's sort of a national park, so we're gonna go there, I think. And yeah, just have a chilled day, but it is looking a little bit cloudy, so hopefully we're not going to get too much rain, but we're prepared for all weathers. We've got the swimwear for the beach, we've got the raincoats if we need them, and worst comes to worst, we'll just hide in the car. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm very much looking forward to brunch, although I'm feeling pretty full after the cakes this morning. You got them from a patisserie place, didn't you? And they were really, really good. One was plum, one was strawberry and rose with watermelon as well, and then the other was like a croissant that had figs and creme patissiere in it, and it was, yeah, they were all really, really good. I think my favourite was the plum one. That was really, really yummy. So anyway, I'm gonna keep driving, focus on the driving, because Sydney driving is a whole other level of stressfulness because Google Maps is rubbish. And I'm sure I'll catch up with you when we get some brunch. Me again. Excuse the funny marks, I've just had a nap, because whose birthday isn't complete without a nap? I know mine isn't. I am definitely a napping kind of girl. I have to say I pretty much nap every single day for at least like an hour and a half. So there we go. We had a lovely morning in Cronulla this morning, and do you know what? It reminded me so much of when we were living up in Coolangatta and Tweed Heads. Like, it was just so nice. Such a lovely suburb. I definitely could quite happily live there. I really, really did like it, and the food was really good. Do you know what? It's the first time that Myron hasn't been able to finish all his food. He was too full, which is just crazy. But anyway, we are actually going to the climbing gym again after my little rant yesterday. We're gonna give it another go, because the gym we went to yesterday was a small gym, and because it's our first time going to this gym, we actually have unlimited visits for a week. So the lady there yesterday said, go try some of the other gyms, because there's quite a few different ones. So I think we're going to their biggest one today. I think it's their flagship store. I think that's what it's called. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to try and be positive, have a positive attitude, and not beat myself up about it, and just go and try and enjoy it, rather than trying to prove to myself that I can climb a certain level. So we'll see how that goes. And then I think we're having a chilled evening. I don't think we're going out for tea or anything. We already had breakfast out. Well, Myron brought me cakes and patisseries for breakfast, and then we had brunch out. So I think we're literally just going to be really boring and get something from the supermarket and just eat it in, maybe watch a film. And then tomorrow's our last day. We fly back at, I think our flight leaves sort of in the evening, so we have the car all day. We have to leave the Airbnb in the morning, and I think we're probably going to go out for the day again, maybe go do another walk or something somewhere, and then yeah, fly back to Perth in the evening. So it's a pretty short trip, and I think I'm going to miss it. Like, I do really like it over here on the East Coast. It is very different to the West Coast. We've been really lucky with the weather as well. It said it was supposed to rain like the vast majority of the time that we were here, and it's actually been pretty nice. Like today it was gorgeous sunshine. So yeah, I'm gonna go climbing. I'll see if I can get any videos for you of me climbing, hopefully doing good climbs and not getting frustrated, but who knows, we'll see. But yeah, talk to you in a bit. Good morning everybody, it's our last day in Sydney. Well, sort of 3/4 of a day. Our flight leaves sort of late this afternoon, so we've actually decided to go on another little hike. So we're currently at the Royal National Park, just slightly south of Sydney. It took us about an hour to get here by car, and we're doing a little hike. The only thing is, the place that we were going to hike, the road was closed, so we're doing a slightly different starting point. We're basically doing the trail in reverse, but I think it's still going to be really, really beautiful. I'll put the names of the places that we're hiking on the screen, but we are basically going to walk along the coast and then loop back round and then come back to the car park. So it says between 3 to 5 hours, and it's about 8.5k. We need it to take about 3 hours because otherwise we're going to be rushing in terms of returning the hire car, getting to the airport, and because we're hiking, we're not obviously travelling in these clothes, so we're going to have to swap and sort of repack the bags as well. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. We'll make time. We can be pretty quick hikers when we want to be. Just have to make sure we don't stop and take too many photos. But yeah, last day here. It's going to feel weird flying back to Perth, I think, because the time difference means we're basically going to get there at the time that we set off at, which is a little bit strange. But yeah, it was my birthday yesterday, as I'm sure you're now well aware, and I had a really, really lovely day. And you'll have probably seen from the clips that I put in that climbing actually went really well last night. I had a really, really good session compared to the day before. I think the gym was much bigger, the one we went to yesterday, compared to the one from before, and it had a lot more climbs that were more my style. And I think maybe I was just in a better mood because it was my birthday. So yeah, I had a really good session, so fingers crossed they'll keep being good like that. But I'm just going to get on with the hike and watch where I'm going, because there's lots of steps at the moment and I'm worried I'm going to fall on my face. So I will put the camera down and catch up with you later. Pinched Myron's hat. So I look like a proper bush girl now. So we've got a change of plans. The walking trail that we were planning to go on is closed. It says due to a weather event, some of it's been damaged, so we're actually going to go the opposite way. And it says that there's some rock pools, the figure of 8 rock pools, so we're going to see if we can go see those, because from the looks of things the tide is not in at the moment, so we should be able to see them. But yeah, adapting, changing, just enjoying the scenery, to be honest. This is the fun kind of rock climbing, more like scrambling. Literally, it's like watch your feet, otherwise if you don't watch your feet you've got a twisted ankle or you're on your nose. But this is a really fun walk. We've literally just walked along there. And the rock pools should be just over there. Alright, we're heading back, and we came from round here, so we've got to go all the way back round here, and then we've got to go back up that hill right to the top, so wish my legs luck. Well deserved food after our long walk. Fish and chips, a bit different to English fish and chips, but should be good. Alright, we've just made it back to our house in Perth, so I'm going to end the vlog here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had such a lovely weekend, and hopefully you've had a lovely time watching as well, and hopefully it inspires you to have a little mini break for your birthday. Go to Sydney, go explore the surrounding areas, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.